नमः सर्वेभ्यः शुभमध्याह्नः। अग्रिम सुभाषितं पठित्वा अग्रे सरामः। दशमपाठे वनेऽपि सिंहा मृगमांसभक्षिणो बुभुक्षिता नैव तृणं चरन्ति। एवं कुलीना व्यसनाभिभूता न नीचकर्माणि समाचरन्ति. First thing to notice, you see charanti, charanti, so bahuvachana is there. So you notice that. So the karta has to be in bahuvachana. So get that in your understanding so that you don't make mistakes. Vanepi simha mrigamamsa bhakshino bubukshita naiva trinam charanti evam kulina व्यसनाभिभूता न नीचकर्माणि समाचरन्ति. वने अपि पूर्वरूपसन्धिः. सप्तमी विभक्तौ वनम् इत्यस्य वने अपि सिंहा इत्यत्र विसर्गस्य लोपः कृतम्. सो सिंहाः इति भवितव्यं. कर्तृपदं तदैव. सिंहाः चरन्ति, सिंहाः इति. यदि स्त्रीलिङ्गे आवश्यकं तर्हि सिंहिणी इति भवति, न तु सिंहा इति. सिंहिणी इति इनि स्त्रीप्रत्ययम् उपयुज्य क्रियते. अत्र सिंहाः इति पुल्लिङ्गे बहुवचने एव स्थापितमस्ति. वने अपि सिंहाः मृगमांसभक्षिणः विसर्गस्य उत्वं भक्षिणो भक्षिणः मृगमांसभक्षिणः बुभुक्षिताः पुनः विसर्गस्य लोपः बुभुक्षिताः क्तान्त बहुवचनं पुल्लिङ्गे सिंहाः बुभुक्षिताः इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे. बुञ्ज धातु तो तत्र तस्य रूपं किमपि न एव नैव वृद्धिसन्धिः. सो न एव तृणम् अनुस्वारसन्धिः चरन्ति. तो वने अपि सिंहाः मृगमांसभक्षिणः बुभुक्षिताः न एव तृणं चरन्ति. In the forest too, the lions, who are the eaters of deer meat, despite is something I am inferring additionally. Nothing is there specifically. Bubukshitaha chedapi, like that you can take. Api you can bring in. Bubukshitaha api is a good place to bring in. Okay. Despite being hungry. Okay. Na eva, never indeed, not at all. Trinam charanti. Charanti has two meanings. One is to graze, another is to move along. Actually, cows actually graze and move along. So people use it in both meanings. Normally, when we deal with mrigas, we are dealing with the grazing aspect. So trunam charanti, grass they don't graze. Okay. So even in the forest, the simhas, who are actually carnivores, despite being very hungry, never indeed they will stoop to eating grass as a way of survival. Okay. The fact is, we see it like that, they're just incapable of eating grass and surviving. Eating grass won't help them because their digestive tracts are not ready for that. But Kavi doesn't have to worry about all of that. Probably they clearly knew that these guys are not capable of surviving and digesting a vegetarian diet. But still, they don't stoop to, is the sense that Kavi gives, stoop to eating grass and making a living. Okay, fine. Evam, see, this is the, you can say it's a comparison. Evam is somewhat like a upamalankara aspect of that is brought in. Okay. Evam kulinaha व्यसनाभिभूताः पुनः विसर्गस्य लोपः अत्रापि तत्रापि. तो न नीचकर्माणि समाचरन्ति. तो एवं Evam eva, like this only. Kulinaha, those who are of a certain high birth or those who are of a certain respectable class, you can say. Okay. Kulinaha, those who take pride in themselves. Vyasanabhibhutaha api santaha. So Vyasanabhibhutaha. I mean, Vyasana means difficulty. Abhibhuta means faced with. Vyasanabhibhutaha, one who is faced with adversity. Vyasanabhibhutaha, plurality of them. So Vyasanabhibhutaha api chedapi Nicha karmani na samacharanti. Na you can take close to the kriya pada, it's better. Nicha karmani na samacharanti. They do not undertake. Some upasarga when you take with the same charanti, it gives the sense of actually some is there, then ang is also there. Okay. Some plus ang or a part of ang. Some plus a plus charanti. So some acharanti is the sense of undertaking. Okay. Doing this aspect. Okay. So nicha karmani rudi bhala, again what I keep saying, rudi bhala. Nicha karmani na samacharanti. So just as a band of lions, despite being very hungry, will not stoop to trying to eat grass to survive, the same way those who are of a certain metal, despite facing adversity, they do not undertake lowly acts to overcome this. They will stay on their high path. They will stay on their just path. Just, just in the sense of justice, just path. Okay. So that's what. Vanepi simha mrigamamsa bhakshino bhubukshita trinam charanti evam kulina vyasanabhibhuta na nicha karmani samacharanti. So vane mrigamamsa bhakshinaha simhaha Bhubukshitaha chet api, chedapi or chet api. I have put this separately because this is adhyaharana. Trinam na charanti eva. It's not required. Without that, that sense comes. Bhubukshitaha api gives that sense of conditional. Okay. But anyway, I have added in for our simple understanding. Trinam na charanti eva. Evameva atva evam kulinaha api. Like that. Not required because evam is there. Vyasana abhibhutaha or vyasana abhibhutaha chedapi nicha karmani na samacharanti. 2 sentences. Very straightforward. So write the padavibhaga yourself. Yes, Leelavariye? Yes.
Vibhuta, what is the meaning? Vyasana, adversity. Abhibhuta.
Abhibhutaha means one who have been encountered, one who have been attached to that kind of difficulty. Vyasana abhibhutaha. Abhi is like abhimukha, which means to face. Abhibhuta means one who has become faced with difficulty. That sense. Become is the bhu dhatu. Abhi is the facing part of the facing difficulty. Vyasana is the difficulty word. Difficulty facing became, like that. Okay. 3 parts.
Sir, what is Samacharanji?
Sam plus a plus charanti. Sam upasarga plus a upasarga plus charanti. Charanti normally means to graze, but with acharanti, acharana, we know, no? In all Indian languages, is to observe, enact, or carry on. That is the acharan. So some acharanti means they na samacharanti. They do not enact like that. They do not undertake that sense. Okay? Okay. So write the Padavibhaga yourself. We have kind of done that along the way. We saw api is one word we have to extract. Bhakshinaha, simhaha. So there is a word here. There is a visarga here. Bubukshitaha, another visarga to be inserted. Na eva, separation to be done. Trinam changed to makara. Okay, with commas, then you get the separation. Similarly, evam with makara, kulinaha with visarjanam, visarjaniyaha. Then vyasanabhi bhutaha, again visarjaniyaha. Then na nicha karmani samacharanti, no change in these three words when we make a list. Remember, when you do Padavibhaga list, you have to put commas, okay, because they are all individual words now, not connected in a sentence in that sense. Okay. So, Vyasanabhibhutaha, they have made a long inference, so overcome by difficulties. But like I told, Abhibhutaha is in the sense, is faced with, has become faced with, like that sense. Okay. Patipadartha we'll see for meaning purpose, not for the order. 1A in the forest, Saptami. Mriga Pratama Bahuvachana, Pullinga, lions that eat the flesh of other animals. Other, no, of deer. Mriga specifically means deer in a generic sense, and it's very applicable here because we know lion means it's a deer. Bubukshitaha api, even when hungry. So bubukshitaha is a Tanta Visheshana to Simhaha. Okay, but we cannot put it there. We have to put it here because it's in the context of despite being hungry. So it's, though it's a Visheshana, it has a place later like this with an accent. Trinam na charanti eva. That way. So here I don't know why they use halanta makara, but that's okay. One thing you can always do is choose to do halanta makara always. Okay, that will never be in error because you chose not to do the anuswara sandhi, you can say. Okay. See, graze on grass. Evam Vyasanabhibhutaha Kulinaha, the men of high birth who are in difficulty. Okay. Nicha Karmani. Nicha means low, Karma means act, low acts. Do not do bad things. Lions which feed on the flesh of wild animals. Okay. Do not eat grass even when they are. Sorry, I'll mute Anjana Varya. Yeah. Grass even when they are very hungry. Similarly, people of noble origin do not stoop to a low level and commit crimes even when they are in adversity. Okay, I think we understood this. So let us just read the two Subhashitams once more before we move on. Gunayante doshaha sujanavadane durjanamukhe guna doshayante tadidamapi no vismaya padam. Mahamegah ksharam pibati kurute vari madhuram phani kshiram pitva vamati garalam dussahataram. Anjana Varya, is there a question?
Oh, sorry, Mahodaya, by accident.
No problem, no problem. Okay. Vanepi simha mrigamamsa bhakshino bubukshita naiva trinam charanti evam kulina vyasanabhibhuta na nicha karmani samacharanti. Padasangraha. So today we have 5 new dhatus. Kship, Khan, Khel, Gad, Garj. So the last of the 5 to 6 that we have been learning in every lesson. It's totally about easily about 50 to 60 dhatus they have introduced to us. Okay, so it's nice. So today Kshipati, Khanati, Khelati, Gadati, Garjati. So all are Parasmaipadi. So interestingly, all are Parasmaipadi. I have to check. Kridati is akarmaka. Khelati, I have to check. Garjati is clearly akarmaka. So Khelati, I have to check whether it is akarmaka. I'm just checking whether any of them. See, we do say kandukam kshipati. So it may be sakarmaka kshipati. Yeah, Banam Kshipati Vohutra Patitam Asti. So that is Sakarmaka. But Khelati is like Akarmaka, like Kridati, I have to check. But Garjati is definitely Akarmaka. There isn't any transitive nature to it. Like Hasati, it is similar to that Gajati. there is no meaning. Otherwise, it's a vakyam vadati. Vadati. Gadati is similar to vadati. So that has a karma pada clearly. Vakyam vadati, something like that you can say. So here again say kupam khanati. A well he digs. So perhaps this is sakarmaka. Kandukam kshipati, kupam. Why I am doing this exercise? See, guys, just recently we have been studying this bhave and focus is on akarmaka, sakarmaka. Of course, with karmani also. Karmani, there was less worry, but with bhave there is a specific worry about akarmakatva, right? So there is a curiosity now to explore in our brain. Can this have a karma pada? Can that have a karma pada? Can I say something with karma pada for this? This kind of curiosity is the first level we have to do. Necessarily, we don't always have to go to some dhatu pata and figure out, because the meaning, if it is clear to us, there is a 90% chance that our guess that it is sakarmaka karmaka is kind of right, unless there is some borderline variation in how the dhatu pata teaches it. Yeah, somebody had a question.
Sir, I thought Shipati is Atmanepadi.
It is Parasmaipadi very clearly, right? Kshipati. Kshipyate is karmani prayoga. So karmani / bhave, let us say for now. But we know this is karmani prayoga because we know kandukam kshipati. So kshipyate is karmani form, atmane. Everywhere it is atmane for karmani form. See, kanyate or karmani bhave form. Kshipyate, kamnyate, khelyate, gadyate, garjyate. Okay, so let me invite Vidya Shanbag Variye.
Yes, sir.
Kindly
Yes,
read 3 dhatus worth. But first one, your responsibility will be to,
explain.
first explain the kship dhatu fully with your best knowledge, and then I'll have
Yes.
someone else read the balance.
Yes. Kship, to throw. Kshipati, kartari, latlakara. It is balakah kshipati or balakah kandukam kshipati.
Balaka balika atra prayah. Balika himakandukam kshipati. Pituhu upari. On top of the father. Pituhu upari kshipati. Samyak.
Yes. Balikaya kshipyate. Yeah, it is a karmani prayoga, latlakara.
Latlakara, very good.
Kshepyasti. Yes.
Try again. You didn't get it right.
Kshepyasti.
No.
Kshepyasi. No.
You see what is there? Bagini, very easy. Pakara is there first. Next Sakara is there. Next Yakara is there. See, Devanagiri Lipi, you can't have a better Lipi than Devanagiri to pronounce. See, Kshe, P, S, Ya, Psya.
Shape. No.
Kshepsyati.
Kshepsyati.
You roll it a few times, you will get it. Kshepsyati.
Kshepsyati.
What is this form?
This is a future kala. That is
Bhavishyat kala. Rit lakara.
Rit lakara. So there it should be sentence can be shwaha kandukam shwaha balakah kandukam kshepsyati.
Correct.
Kshepyatavyam kshepaniyam. Tavyat and anyar pratyayantah and karmani prayoga. Balikaya ksheptavyam.
Balikaya kim ksheptavyam?
Kandukah.
You got almost there and then faltered. Kandukam ityeva svikaraniya. Kandukam it napumsake. Kimartam ityukte ksheptavyam iti napumsake asti.
Yes.
Okay. Balikaya
Kandukam ksheptavyam.
If it was some, for example, she wanted to throw the tree, then it would be I mean, very strong lady, girl.
Vruksh-
So, Balikaya,
Vruksham.
Vrikshaha, Ksheptav. How do you end?
Ksheptav. Vruksh.
Vriksh.
Vrukshah Ksheptavyah.
Yes, you have to go to Pullinga. Ksheptavyaha. Very good. Hmm.
Kshiptah, Kshipta, Kshiptam.
Hmm.
These are Tanta,
Hmm.
Tantas
Hmm.
and Karmani Prayoga.
Hmm. What is
And
about Kala? What
Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga. Taha, ta
and
and
what
tam.
Kala? What Kala do they bring into
Uh,
attention?
Present.
No, no, no. Bhuta Kala. Karmani Bhuta Krudanta.
Yes.
Okay, not Vartamana. Bhuta Krudanta.
Yes.
Hmm.
So example, Balakena Kshiptaha.
Hmm.
Balikaya Kshipta.
Hmm.
Actually, Karmapada should be there in the sentence.
Balikaya kimapi. No, nothing wrong about Balikaya Kshipta, but you can Balakena Kshipta also is fine.
Yes,
See,
sir. Yes.
Balakena Kshiptaha, Balakena Kshipta, Balakena Kshiptam, all are fine because you're
Yes.
not bringing Karmapada into the
Yes.
focus. So we
Yes.
assume the correct linga is been allotted. That's all. Okay.
Yes.
But suppose you have Kandukam, which of these you will pick?
Kshiptam.
Kshiptam, you will have to pick. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Next.
Kshiptavan and Kshiptavati. These are Tavatu Kartari Prayoga.
What Kala?
And Bhutakala.
Bhutakala. Bhuta Kartari Kridanta.
Yes. Balakah Kandukam Kshiptavan.
Correct.
Kshipan, Kshipanti, Kshipati.
Two
All these
alternate
are
strilinga forms actually. One with
yes.
Nakara, one without Nakara.
These are current continuous. It is Shadrantas. Shadrantas.
Correct.
And
why it is a Shatranta choice?
It is continuous.
No. That is true. Shatranta is continuous tense. There is no question. You're right. You said it correctly. I kind of say current continuous rather than present continuous, but let us just call it continuous form. No problem. Now, why it is Shatranta Pratyaya choice here? You know the other choice?
That Bahuvachana we have Kshipanti.
No. Kshanach is the other choice. Kshanach. Okay,
Okay.
Shatru on one side, Shanach on the other side. My question is, are you sure why Shatru and why Shanach? Do you remember?
Yes, sir. Or Atmane Padi and Parasmai Padi.
What is what?
For this is Shadrantas because that Manaha if it's ending Manaha Mana, it will be Atmanepadi.
Correct. So Shanajanta is for Atmane, Shatranta is for Parasmai. So we are in Parasmai Dhatu, Kshipati. Okay.
Yes.
So you have to look at the let form, then you know why you're choosing Shatru. Okay. Let is clearly Kshipati, Parasmai form. So Kshipan, not Kshipamanaha or Kshipamana, something like that. Okay.
Yes. And we'll be learning it in next level, sir. This in detail of this.
I think so. I don't recall now all the subtle details, but we have pretty much learnt Bhagini. Let us say some sentence with this, yeah.
Yes, sir. Balakena.
No need for karmani start because Kshipan is a karta visheshanam also.
Balakah Kandukam Kshipan Shalam Gachati.
Very good. I like how you proceeded with it because you know there is something more to come because Kshipan has an anticipation of another activity. Very good. So Balakah Kandukam Kshipan Shalam Gachati. Very good. Continue, Bhagini.
Kshipatva.
You have to practice the compounds a lot. Pronunciation
Yes.
is coming apart badly. Okay,
Yes.
try again.
Shiptva.
Very good.
Shikshikta. Shiktva. Nikshipya.
Very good. Nikshipya. Kshiptva, nikshipya.
Yes. Twanta and Lebanta. This is Kartari Prayoga. And it is
Actually, it is an Anvaya pada. Okay. So,
Yes.
yeah, you can say it's Kartari because it is not forcing Karmani. I mean, Balakena Kshiptva is not the order. We say Balakaha Kshiptva, like that only we go. Okay.
Yes.
Generally, I have to check how Tvantas play in Karmani a little bit. Generally, it is Kartari lead. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
But don't go for Kartari Karmani because it's simply an Avyaya pada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I make a sentence?
Yeah. Of course.
Balika Kandukam Kshiptva Karyam Karoti.
Very good. Balika Kandukam Kshiptva Karyam Karoti. In place of Kshipan, there was a continuity of activity, but in Kshiptva, there is a completion of Kshepana, followed by the other act of, like you said, Patam Patati, something like that. Okay? Very good. And why Lyabanta here?
Because there is a upasarga added to the dhatu before the dhatu.
Very good. So whenever there is an upasarga yukta dhatu, we are in the place of tvanta. In the same sense, we are forced to use lyabanta. This is nothing to do with atmane, parasma, etc. This is more to do with the upasarga forcing the lyabanta. Okay, so usage is similar. We'll move forward. Yeah, last one.
Ksheptum. After having done.
No.
It is tumun.
Tvanta you explained. Tvanta is after having done.
After done. This is while.
No, while we have finished with kshipan.
Yes, sir. Ksheptum. Balakaha. This is tumun pratyaya.
Correct.
And then it is kartari. We don't have to mention, but it is a pratyaya, like just like tvanta.
You got your quarter marks. It is tumun and all that, but I am not getting the meaning. Yes, from you.
In order to. Yes.
In
Sir.
order to. Very simple.
Yes.
Okay. So well done. So now you construct a simple sentence.
Lataha.
Lataha.
Kandukam Ksheptum.
Why Lataha? You wanted to use plurality
just wanted
of.
To go. Yes.
Oh, okay. You have. I hope you will have many daughters called Latas. Okay. Lataha Kandukam Ksheptum.
She will tell. In order to throw the ball, she lifted the ball. For that.
So very good. So good. You want to try? You go with singular Lata. Okay.
Lata Kandukam Ksheptum. Kandukam lifted is not getting the word. For lift,
Vahati.
it is
Vahati, you can say takes up, or udvahati. Okay. She lifts it up. So udvahati. So Lata Ksheptum. No need to mention the karma pada twice. So you go Lata Ksheptum Kandukam udvahati.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So that's okay.
Yes.
Kandukam nayati. Something. Nayati is like takes it, but you wanted to say lifts it. So udvahati is the correct way to say it. Okay.
Yes.
Well done, Bhagini. So you see, now again, I'm spending time with one of you like this so that we get the sense and what you call iron out our weaknesses. Now let's invite. Dhanyavada, Bhagini. Somebody wanted to, I think Vasudha Takkarvari wanted to read, I think. Vasudha Takkarvari. Yeah.
Okay. खन, खनति, खन्यते, खायते, खनिष्यति, खनितव्यम, खननीयम, खातः, खाता, खातम, खातवान, खातवती, खनन, खनन्ति, खनित्वा, खात्वा, उत्थाय, खनितुम.
Khanitum. Thanks, Bhagini. Well read. Now, remember, don't get confused with the khana of Hindi. Okay, that comes from Persian origin. It doesn't come from khan dhatu. In fact, remember khanija word in all Indian languages, khanija, which means ore, right? Are born from digging. Okay, basically khanija means something that is dug up. So it's typically an ore or some metal. We use khanija shabda. So that is that khan we are talking about, and this is about digging. It's nothing to do with khadanam. That khana is from khadanam. Okay, khadati, that is the form. Okay, khadati, khadyate, like that. That goes. So don't confuse with that. So this is digs, is dug, these forms. Bhagini, continue reading.
खेल, to play, खेलति, खेल्यते, खेलिष्यति, खेलितव्यम, खेलनीयम, खेलितः, खेलिता, खेलितम, खेलितवान, खेलितवती, खेलन, खेलन्ति, खेलित्वा, प्रखेल्य, खेलितुम.
Okay, well done. So that is about the play. Finish off with gad and garj, Bhagini.
Gad, to tell, gadati, gadyate, gadishyati, gaditavyam, gadaniyam, gaditah, gadita, gaditam, gaditavan, gaditavati, gadan, gadanti, gaditva, nigadya, gaditum.
So this one, see, we don't use it in Indian languages, other Indian languages as any even noun generated from this. But one or two things we are familiar. So gadyam, that comes from the same a telling sense. Gadyam, that which is a telling, which is not a shlok. We say gadyam, padyam, like that. That's. But I don't know what kind of kridanta generates that. We will leave that. Another way we are familiar with gad is, for example, in Kannada we say gad gada. Gade, yes, very good. Gade is another word that comes from gad. Some telling, a saying is called gade, right? In Kannada, or gatha, or something in Hindi. So that that also probably comes from this dhatu. To the extent that I can kind of see the connection, not that I'm very certain about that. Another thing that comes from directly is gada kantitaha, like that. In Kannada also we use gada a lot. For example, if you are very, very sad and you are about to cry, then we say you are unable to speak because you have gadgada kantha. That means your throat is overcome with this emotion. So it's type of thing that we use. So anyway, vadati gadati.
Sir, Mahodaya, Gadya also means prose, isn't it? Prose
But
in
gadya means prose only. I mean, I am thinking it comes from the gad dhatu of telling,
yes.
as a story that has been told, gadyam, like that. That which has to be told, something like that. But that is Lyudanta, we have to see, to check. Lyudanta, we have to see Lyudanta form of Gad to see whether that's how it is generated. Or some other Kridanta would be there. Anyway, last one, Bhagini.
Should I read?
Okay, Leela Variya, you take over. Vasudha Variya is, I think, not continuing. So you take over. Garja.
Garja, to roar. Garjati, garjyate, garjishyati, garjitavyam, garjaniyam, garjitah, garjita, garjitam, garjitavan, garjitavati, garjan, garjanti, garjitva, Sangrajya.
Sangarjya.
Sangrajya.
Hmm, hmm.
Sangarjya. Garjitum.
Garjitum. Pretty straightforward everywhere. Garja, garja, garja. There is no what you call massive transformation happening anywhere to lead us off. So it's very these almost all the dhatus we have seen, except one place we saw two forms, which is like kanyate, khayate. Our obvious one to pick up is kanyate, so at least we won't be making a mistake. But there is a strange form khayate also. Not that we will be able to remember that much. Khanati, Khanyate is very obvious transform for us. Okay, everything else was kind of logical. Today was not that bad a list. It didn't stump us anywhere. Okay, so we will move forward. Kavya Katha. So we need volunteers to move us forward. So, Dwarkanathvarya, you lead off with a few sentences and then we will take it forward. Yeah.
रघुवंशस्य अवनतिः
Avanatihi.
अवनतिः
See, Varya, okay,
Yeah.
good thing. See, Visarjaniya doesn't actually end as aha always. Okay. Visarjaniya is a auxiliary swara to the primary swara E. So what happens? The power of Ikara flows through the Visarjana, Visarga, flows through the Visarga as Ihi. Okay. If there was an Akara, it flows through as Aha. Okay. Or if you want to strictly go by the northern Paddhati, ih, ah, like that. Okay. The southern Paddhati is ihi, aha, like that. Okay. So don't do iha. Ihi, you do. Huh?
This comes in Vedas also, Veda chanting.
Yeah. So now what is Raghuvamshasya, we all know, of the Raghuvamsha. What is Avanati?
Avanati.
Decline. Okay. Ava always means downwards. Okay. Avanati. I mean, nati means taking down like that. So the same ni dhatu form, I think. So avanatihi, the taking down of Raghuvamsha. That means the decline of Raghuvamsha. Continue, sir.
Amatyaha Atithi Maharajasya Pattabhishekam Krutavantaha. The ministers have performed the Pattabhishekam of the prince.
Atithi, prince. In fact, I already said Maharaja here, but yeah, Prince Atithi is the correct way to say.
Atidhihi Udara Purushaha. He is a very generous person.
Very good.
Saha Pattabhishekam Samaye Karagrahe Sthitanam Jananam Vimochanam Krutavan. He has released, being a generous person, he has released all the prisoners in the prisons.
At what time?
At the time of his Pattabhishekam.
You cannot forget the clausal leading. Huh?
Okay.
So at the time of his coronation, rest what is accurately translated. Continue, sir.
Panjare Sitanam Sukanam Api Vimochanam Krutavan. He has released the parrot, which is also in the cage.
Parrots, plural.
Parrots.
Okay, of the parrots, plurality. So, of the parrots who are actually in the cage, they also he released.
Okay. I am actually generally translating it without.
No problem. See, at this point, I know I'm not expecting you say Pratama Vibhakti pulling. I'm not torturing you like that.
No.
I'm just picking on plurality, singularity errors. Okay.
Tasya Parijaneshu Prajasu Sachiveshu Cha Ativa Adaraha. Then.
Why did you say then?
Tasya.
Tasya is what form? Shashti, no?
Okay.
Of his. Yeah.
Of his, okay. Parijaneshu means the near the people who are working with him.
Correct.
Yeah. Prajasu is the citizens.
Very good.
Sachiveshu are the ministers.
Ministers.
Yeah.
Why they are all in Saptami?
Because they belong to the royal.
No. That is correct. They belong to the royal whole affairs there.
Yeah.
But see, tasya teshu adaraha. So, mama rame bhaktihi. Mama deveshu adaraha asti. So, we place our adara, our vishwasa, our affection, love, whatever it is, upon somebody. That upon sense to bring, that somebody goes to Saptami in Samskrita. Okay. So, of his, the dearness or the love or affection is the correct word. Affection and respect you can bring for Adara. Ativa, the extreme affection and respect is placed on the Parijanas, Prajas and Sachivas. Very good. Okay. Well, continue, sir.
Vivadeshu swayam eva dharmasane upavishati sma. Vivadeshu means argument's sake, is it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Not argument's sake.
Argument.
During arguments. That means during court hearings.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Justice. He has given justice.
Yeah, true. But what is the emphasis? Swayam eva.
He himself.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, in many arguments or resolutions to be taken or justices to be handed out, he himself would sit on the
throne.
On the seat. Actually, Dharmas throne is not correct for Dharmasana. On the seat of the judgment. Seat of justice. Yeah, seat of judgment. Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful, no? Dharmasana. I like it. Like it. And this sma is he used to sense. Okay. He used to sit. Yeah.
Okay. Uchitam nyaya nirnayam prakatayati sma. Uchitam means free, isn't it?
No, okay, go.
Relax.
This is what happens when you come back from local language to Sanskrit. Uchita is actually appropriate. Today in Kannada, Tamil, everywhere it becomes free.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, instead of doing the appropriate work, our politicians are doing freebie distribution.
Freebie
we have also become Uchitam is appropriate. Okay.
Appropriate justice. He has been announcing.
Correct. So not only he would sit in the Dharmasana, he would judge very nicely. That's what it
is announcement, is it?
Yeah, he would Prakatana means at the end the judge will do the Prakatana. No?
Yeah.
Judge will hand out the diktat.
Pronouncing the judgment.
Pronouncing the judgment is coming under Nyaya Nirnaya Prakatana. Very good.
Okay.
Thanks, Varya. I think that was a good exercise. Let's have
Sai
someone else try this out. Bhavita, Varya, you try a few sentences.
Mahodaya. Andratam tu swapne api na uktavan. Andratam means I.
Rutam is very close to which English word? Truth.
Truth. Okay.
Anrutam is lie.
Okay. So in dream also he never says untruth. He never be untruthful.
Correct. I mean, he was such a dharmatma that untruth wouldn't come in his mind also or even his dreams. Okay, even in a dream he didn't say. Okay, a little bit of extrapolation there by the Kavi. Yeah, continue.
Yoge eva danam kritavan. He used to give away to those who are for those who require
deserving.
Yeah.
See, this is very important teaching in our dharma. Patre danam. Remember this. Patre danam means not giving money in a vessel. Okay. Patra here is in the sense of a deserving vessel, which means a deserving person to receive the dana. Okay. So that patre danam here they translate yogye danam. Okay.
Satpatra also they use.
Satpatra, enhancing the patra with Satpatre Danam. Correct. They say it is a crime to give dana without understanding the need and the honesty of the person requiring the help. Otherwise, it will only go to wrong cause. Yeah.
Shaurya.
Yeah. Yes, Anurag.
That mistake was done by Karna in Mahabharata.
Let's not go there now. I don't want to start any controversial line. Yeah, leave it. Yeah.
शौर्यरहिता नीतिः प्रयोजनाय न भवति. Shaurya means bravery, valor.
Yeah, bereft. Rahita is bereft.
Okay. Niti prayojana na bhavati. I can't make out the sentence.
Okay, no problem. It's a little difficulty. See, what this is a very important another dharma niti. Shaurya rahita niti. What is Shaurya rahita niti? A law without a strength of the force of execution. That means if you don't have if you have a law and you don't have enforcement, okay, so
Okay.
a law bereft of enforcement is of no use. Okay, so precisely put here. So when we coin reams and reams of law, we should not first of all coin reams and reams of law. We should keep it compact and then put teeth behind every law, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's what there's. So obviously in original Kalidasa's Raghuvamsha, there will be verses teaching us all these Niti Shastra. These kavis, no, they very nicely at the right context put some conversation, Q&A conversations between the actors of the storyline to bring out this Dharma Bodha, Niti Bodha, Artha Shastra points, everything everywhere. Okay. So just yesterday, our Guru Varya was reading for us a portion from Ramayana where Bharata is visiting Rama to try and cajole him to go back to Ayodhya after Dasharatha's death and all that. So even before Bharata is able to tell Rama about the disaster in Ayodhya due to the death of Dasharatha and all that, Rama, sits him. In fact, in Valmiki says he sits him on his lap like that. So and starts giving lot of encouragement to him, giving nuggets of dharma niti. Here there is Bharata who is literally tear filled and lost, and he is giving beautiful about 15 verses of dharma bodha to Bharata. It's a very interesting series of verses. After that, the first breath Bharata gets now. First thing he says before even conveying that his father is dead, because he's so distraught. Are, I am such a dharmahina now, and you are teaching me this dharma bodhana. What is use of that for me? That much exasperation enters him. I, because of my mother, have committed such a sin in causing you to go to the vanavasa. He almost accuses himself of that. In fact, he does talk about his mother's this thing also about it, and then he goes on and talks about Dasharatha's demise, and then Rama is crying after that. Rama cries like a child there in Valmiki's verses. Anyway, very very interesting thing. So this kind of Niti Shastra, even there at the point where Bharata is trying to cajole Rama to come back, Valmiki has beautifully hewn that in the mouth of Rama. So the same way here, I am sure if you went to Kalidasa's original verse, this yog patre danam, anruta vachanam nakaraniyam, nyaya nirnaya prakata. There will be a lot of beautiful verses explaining how. So you will now understand from that how the courts used to work there. Occasionally, how even the king used to take charge of the court, and how righteous they were, how they would not willy-nilly throw away money at go get me a horse type of cause. Very very nice. Okay, but here we get dumb simple sentences, but that's okay, we get a glimpse a little bit. So we got this shaurya niti prayojanaya na bhavati. We got that.
नीतिरहितं शौर्यं पशुचेष्टावत् भवति. So without proper judgment, the valor is like animal action.
Ah, Papa, well translated. See, now Bhagini caught the thread of the second half. See, so Shaurya-rahita Nitihi on one side, Niti-rahitam Shauryam on the other side. What a beautiful original verse will be worthy of reading, right? So, continue, Bhagini.
अतः अतिथिचक्रेश्वरः नीतिं शौर्यं च यथोचितम् अनुसृतवान्. Therefore, Atiti king had followed properly.
Chakreshwara is like Atiti.
Uh,
What do
king,
we?
like godlike king.
No.
Correct.
Chakreshwara is like king of kings, right?
Okay.
Atithi, the king of kings, like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
So he had followed in a proper way the judgment and the valor.
Yeah, he knew how to balance them and use them appropriately. Nitim and Shauryam cha. Yathochitam means yatha uchitam means as appropriately, that sense. Okay. Anusrutavan means followed. Okay. Well done.
Huh. सः प्रतिदिनं मन्त्रिभिः सह मन्त्रालोचनं करोति स्म. He every day along with his ministers he would take
Mantra alochana, what is it?
meeting something like that.
A little bit. That's why they are called mantris. Okay, because mantranam means to plan. Okay, to
Okay.
plan the course of action. It's called mantranam. Okay, so that's why they are mantris, and mantralochanam means the discussion of discussion with planning. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah.
तथापि मन्त्रालोचनं गुप्तं भवति स्म. Even then, those discussions were kept secret.
Very good.
एवं भेददण्डैः अतिथिचक्रेश्वरः राज्यं परिपालितवान्. So in this way, samadhanam.
You just end up saying the same word. Very difficult, non-translatables almost. But you can say, if you translate it to English, it doesn't sound right. That's the problem. You can. So sama means with agreement. Dana means with enticement. Little bit like enticement, not like giving away. Okay. Beda means by showing distinction, and danda means by threat of punishment. So with all these methods, you can say upaya, we call it in Samskritam, samopaya, danopaya, like that. But with all these techniques or methods, and for Chakreshwara, the good word is emperor in English. Okay.
Yeah. In this way, he had ruled the kingdom.
Correct. Well done.
Swargasya devendraha iva bhulokasya chakreshwaraha abhavat. So like Indra in the heaven, he was of the emperor of the earth.
Yeah. So he became the emperor of the entire limits of the land. Actually, here Bhuloka at that time, for it's a little what you call Utpreksha, but it's I mean Himalayat Samudra Paryantam, they used to say that way. Okay, you can call it Bharata Kanda. And of course Bharata Kanda was a little larger than what is Bharata today. But anyway, so Chakreshwaraha Abhavat. Okay. And this Samadana Beda Danda, as far as the king it's about the king between kingdoms. So Samantas he would maintain with other nearby neighbor kings, and some of the poorer nations that needed help, he would help them and keep them friendly. So the idea is to how to reduce conflict. Okay, and then Beda is sometimes some misbehaving. High pride neighbor, you have to show distinction. You have to show certain level. You have to keep your atom bomb and make it visible or something when it comes around. So then danda is when actually you do punishment. Okay, Not just the threat of punishment, actually carrying out the punishment is that. So all these are the ways that you maintain your prosperity. That's what they said. Okay. So maintain friendship when there is a offer of friendship, sama, and help. So sama and dana kind of go together always, almost. Help those who are in need, those neighborly countries that are in need. Okay. And Veda, show that, look, don't act too smart type of thing. If you see, in our today's India's foreign niti also, you will see points of this coming out in how people, how our, political class and diplomats, they deal with the neighbor countries. Okay. At some point, we need danda also, and that has also been taken up, as you know, recently, not very many years ago. Okay. Who else now? For the next couple of more readers we can take. So let me call Sindhu Variye.
Yes, sir.
Bagini, this paragraph for you.
Okay. रघुवंशस्य नृपाः शैशवे विद्याम् अधीतवन्तः. रघुवंशस्य नृपाः, the kings of Raghuvamsha, means race of Raghu, Shaishave, from childhood onwards. Vidyam,
in the childhood, during their childhood. Shaishave, Saptami.
Okay. During their childhood, Vidyam Aditavantaha. They learned everything. They learned Vidya.
Yeah, correct.
Yavane Sukham Anubhudhavantaha. During their Yavana time, means that young, what to say?
Yeah, see, in their youth.
Youth. Youth.
Their youth, Saptami, in their youth. Yeah.
In their youth, they enjoyed all that desires.
Yeah, correct. Very good. So that means, see, this is another very important teaching, which is very precise. It is not that you are not allowed Indriya Sukha. Okay, but there is a time and place for it, is all that the Dharma says, and there is a dharmic way of doing that. So they did that. They were not like saints at the time they needed to be having Indriya Sukha. They did that. Correct. Next.
वृद्धावस्थायां वानप्रस्थाश्रमं स्वीकृतवन्तः. Old age, in their old age, they went to Vanaprastha. Means
they proceeded on ascetic living or forest living. Yeah.
Forest living, hermit's life.
Yeah, hermit's life. Yes, correct.
केचित् नृपाः योगेन शरीरपरित्यागमपि कृतवन्तः. केचित्, somebody, some king in their race, some king. केचित् नृपाः
not race, don't use race, in their lineage you use.
Lineage, okay.
Some words have become little difficult to use nowadays, Bagini. Normally you would have been fine, but today all these some words you can avoid. So use lineage. Just, hide behind the queen and say, okay, I have a better word to pick for you, which you don't have not yet corrupted. So I'll use lineage like that.
Okay, sir. Lineage. Yogena, by yoga. Shariraparityagamapi kritavanta. They left their sharira by doing yoga. Left their bodies.
Using yogic powers, they also did your sharira parityaga and proceeded to their next lives. Yeah.
Next life. Itham Raghuvamshasya nripaha rajyam praja cha yogena margena paripalita. Yogyena margena paripalitavantah. This way, Raghuvamshasya nripaha, Raghuvamsha lineage kings, all that kings, Rajyam, kingdom, Praja, their people, and Yogyena Margena Paripalitavanta. Yogyena means in the correct way, right way.
Appropriate, correct. Appropriate way. In the appropriate way, they
looked ruled.
Looked after is a better translation. Palana is more after looking after than ruling. So they looked after. Very good. And here the prajaha is in Dvitiya Bahuvachana. Yeah. Strilinga praja shabda, Dvitiya Bahuvachana. Okay. Well done, Bagini. And itham is similar to evam. It's another type of avyaya, which is a paryaya to evam. Samskrita has a good repertoire of different words available, so the kavis can use from a choice of words so that the matra fitting is easy. Okay. So here one of the Raghuvamsha kings, that is Rama for sure, with Vishwamitra, I think, or Vasishtha. I think Vishwamitra here because he's being taught. And why I know it is Rama, because I think Vishnu Avatara, right? So I think Garuda is there in the skies looking after. Thanks, Bhagini.
Thank you, sir.
Who else? Ganesh Naik, you would like to try some?
अतिथिचक्रेश्वरात् विंशतितमः सुदर्शनो नृपः King Atiti was 20th
See, At, yeah. At is what vibhakti? Panchami.
yeah.
From. From Atiti, Emperor Atiti. From starting from Emperor Atiti, like that. Okay.
Starting from Emperor Atiti, 20th king was Sudarshana.
Very good. 20th person was Sudarshana. So 19 other kings we have to. So 20th fellow is this.
Sudarshana Swaputram Agnivarnam Abhishicya Tapah Kartum Naimisharanyam Gatavan. Sudarshana's Swaputram is self son.
His own son. Yeah.
His own son. His own son Agnivarnam Abhishicya.
Abhishekam Krutva. Like that.
Okay, Abhishekam means coronation. Yeah, coronation.
Correct.
Okay. Abhishicya Tapaha Kartum means he did the coronation and went to Naimisharanya, means Naimisha forest. Went to Naimisha forest. Yeah.
For doing
tapas.
Austerity. Austerity is the word we use from English, but you can say for doing tapas also. We better put some words in Sanskrit form only there. So his son was Agnivarna. See, you see, rapidly they are drawing the whole Vamsha description into conclusion here in this second half of today's pata.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agnivarna Raghukule Nikrishtaha Nrupaha. Agnivarna was Raghukule's bad. Worst king.
In Raghu lineage, in the lineage of Raghus, Agnivarna was the worst king.
Tam drashtum yada janaha agataha tada saha bahi padadvayam pradarshitavan. Whenever people come to see him, or he used to show his feet.
Correct. Bahihi Paradarshitavan. Correct. He used to show his feet to them. Though this doesn't mean he would lift his legs and show it to them, but you know the Indian Maryada, right? Yes. In India, the Maryada is that you try to sit with your legs down so that you are not doing this kind of Anga Pradarshana to the visitor. Okay. You cannot, lounge around, put your feet up, and then keep doing your chulla smoking, and then, come, what have you come for? Like that. That kind of thing he would not do. I mean, this fellow used to do. Till now, the kings followed the dharma, and regardless of their status, they would respect the status of the visitor. Okay. So this is a little bit of Dharma Bodha by Kalidasa. I would love to see the original verse, what it says, but anyway.
Sada Kamastakaha. Kamastakaha. It is always.
No. You didn't read that correct.
Sada Kamasaktaha.
Kamasaktaha. Asaktaha means interested. Kama, desire.
Lustful.
Lustful. Very good word. Always he was lustful.
Antaha Pure. Sarvam.
Here, no, don't do full visarga. Go Antapure.
Antapure. Sarvam Ayuhu Yapitavan. Last finally his life sarvam ayuh.
Correct.
Yapitavan.
His entire life.
His entire life. Yapitavan is
wasted.
Wasted, yeah. Yapitavan, wasted.
In
Pure is
in
Pure is
Antahpura.
jail.
Antahpura is in his what you call Antahpura. What is the English word?
Palace, ma'am.
Palace is generic. This is where all his
Chamber.
wives,
Harem.
inner chambers, yeah,
Inner chambers.
inner chambers. But there is even a better word.
Harem. They are.
Harem. But that has gone from Persian into English. So in his harem, he would spend his entire life. Yeah.
Tata Shayarogena Piditah Abhavat. He got some disease. I think Shayarogena is.
Kshaya is what roga? Tuberculosis.
Leprosy.
No, tuberculosis. He got.
Oh, sorry. It can be I think it is tuberculosis.
It is leprosy, sir.
No, this
Leprosy,
is called
tuberculosis. Yeah, tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. Okay, tuberculosis.
Leprosy also.
Because this is what you call wasting away of the body. No, this is actually tuberculosis, not leprosy.
तथा क्षयरोगेन पीडितः अभवत् यौवने एव रोगात् मृतः. He died at young age. मरणसमये तस्य पत्नी गर्भिणी आसीत्. During his death, his wife was pregnant.
Or that so-called primary wife. I mean, if you see Antapura, so primary wife, that is his Rani, was Garbhini.
Queen was
carrying. She was carrying. Yeah.
Carrying. अतः सचिवः गर्भस्था शिशोः एव अभिषेकं कृतवन्तः. Due to this, ministers गर्भस्थ शिशु means child within.
Correct.
Yeah,
within
child
the womb.
Womb. Yeah, child within womb was done coronated abhishekam kritavan. Was done coronation.
The child within the womb itself was coronated by the ministers. Interesting.
ततः रानी एव
Ragni, don't say
Ragni.
Ragni. Yeah.
तथा राज्ञी एव सचिवानां सहायेन प्रजापालनं कृतवती. Like this, the queen, with the help of ministers, governed the
kingdom.
State.
Governed the state. Yeah, very well done. So good. So there was a Raghu queen also who ruled. Okay, good. So it ends there. Okay. So we are not told further about that Garbhastha Shishu, etc. But at least we have learnt up to this Agni Varna, the guy with the color of a fire, but fire misdirected in Kama. Okay. So and then his wife ruled, and that's how it ends off. So few underlines I have done. Thanks, Nayak Varya. Well read. So Karagrihe sthitanam jananam vimochanam kritavan, panjare sthitanam shukanam api vimochanam kritavan. So prashnas usually come around these kind of sentences. Okay. So Atiti Maharajaha Pattabhisheka samaye kim kritavan. So then you say, okay, vimochanam kritavan, but kena. So kasyam vimochanam jananam arthar Karagrihe sthitanam jananam apicha Panjare sthitanam shukanam api vimochanam kritavan. You can put it under one sentence like that. And then, this is another very good important bodha we have to remember. Shaurya rahita nitihi prayojanaya evameva niti rahitam shauryam prayojanaya na bhavataha niti rahitam shauryam tu pachu cheshtavat bhavati additionally. So samadana beda danda. Remember, these questions may come around that. Okay. So like this. Okay. And then, this important. Sudarshanah kaha, Raghuvamshe, Sudarshanah kaha asit. Sudarshanah Atiti Chakreshwarat Vimshati Tamahan Rupaha asit. Like that we can answer. Okay. And you can say Agni Varnaha kaha asit. Agni Varnaha tu Raghukule Nikrishtahan Rupaha asit. Agni Varnaha Sudarshanasya Putraha asit. Like that. Okay. And then after that it kind of Agnivarnaha katham mrutavan, Agnivarnaha kshayarogena piditaha mrutaha abhavat. Like that. Okay, some questions remain for us to practice. Atitihi pattabhishekam samaye kim kritavan? Shweta varye? Shweta Pendse varye?
Yes, sir.
हाँ भगिनी अतिथिः पट्टाभिषेकसमये किं कृतवान्?
अतिथि पट्टाभिषेक समये कारागृहे स्थितानां जनानां विमोचनं कृतवान्।
अपि च
पञ्जरे स्थितानां शुकानां विमोचनं कृतवान्.
very good, very good. So you can write
That's
one
it.
of them, but both is good. Okay. So you more like kim kritavan could be the way it is asked also. Well done, Bhagini. So atitihi pattabhisheka samaye karagruhat jananam api cha panjarebhyah panjarebah I have written, that is byah panjarebhyah shukanam vimochanam kritavan. I have tried to string it in a different way. The way Bhagini said is perfectly fine. So let me invite Kavita Kamatvarye.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, कीदृशी नीतिः प्रयोजनाय न भवति?
शौर्यरहिता नीतिः प्रयोजनाय न भवति.
Very good. A law without a teeth is of no use. Whatever they told it so many years ago. Okay, thanks, Bhagini.
Thank you.
We have so many laws like that because there is no one to execute and oversee them. Number 3 will be whom I pick? Sangeeta Varye, you get a chance. Yeah.
महोदय
रघुवंशस्य नृपाः शैशवे किं कृतवन्तः? शैशव means during
नृपाः शैशवे विद्यां
अधीतवन्तः. You cannot say vidyam कृतवन्तः. Kru dhatu doesn't befit the occasion. You can say, if you want to use kru dhatu, you say vidyarjanam कृतवन्तः. Okay, vidyarjanam कृतवन्तः or vidyam adhitavantah. Okay, or you do vidyarjanam कृतवन्तः. That's also fine. Arjanam means earning of the vidya. Okay, learning, earning. Yeah, very good. So I have written, see, vidyabhyasam, another way of doing krit. So Raghuvamshasya nrupaha shaishave vidyabhyasam kritavantah. Okay, last question, Anurag Varya.
महोदय
सुदर्शनस्य पुत्रः कः?
सुदर्शनस्य पुत्रः अग्निवर्णः.
अग्निवर्णः. अग्निवर्णः एव रघुकुले निकृष्टः नृपः आसीत्. Another question may come around that. So yeah, so interesting.
Okay, it can be like अग्निवर्णः कीदृशः नृपः आसीत्.
Very good. You can set the next question.
I missed out the meaning of Nikrishta.
Nikrishta means lowly, lowly. Utkrishta means high. Nikrishta means lowly. Okay. Utkrishta. For example, you can say Raguhu Utkrishtaha nrupaha asit. Agnivarnaha Nikrishtah nrupaha asit. Ekasminneva kule Raghukule eva. Of course, in this case, Utkrishta doesn't mean the first. It means the superior. A superior, not the most superior. A superior. Uttamaha. Uttamaha. Adamaha is Nikrishta. Perhaps, Bhagini, I would not attempt. It may be Karsh Dhatu also, so I don't want to attempt that. Perhaps, Bhagini. I'm not aware.
Okay, thank you.
One of those Dhatus.
Mahoday, I have a doubt.
Yes, Varya.
Did the Raghuvamsha completely happen in Treta Yugam or was it spread to other yugas?
Oh, I see. I would guess it was in that Treta Yuga only, within the way it is described in Rama period only, as far as I can. Because Yuga is very huge. Yuga is very huge. So the Raghuvamsha, even in various lineages, no more than some 100 kings, 60 kings may come into the picture. So How much rule? Of course, they used to count years. Sometimes they'll say Rama ruled for 1,000 years. We don't know how to take it. But if you take it in a modern real life sense, no more than 50, 60 years per king as a rulership, because he has to be a Bala, he has to be a Yuha, then only he is Abhisheka, and then he is Vanaprastha, and then all that. So let us give them 100 years life and take 50 years of ruling average. It can't be more than a few thousand years. So I don't think you should take it as crossing the yuga. But I know the question's intent.
yuga
Your
itself
question
was
is because the lineage died out, is there some Kala Bheda and that's why that happened? This kind of thing. Yeah. We more associate Mahabharata as the end of Mahabharata as the beginning of Kali Kala.
Yes, yes.
There is nothing much told about Raghuvamsha and Kala as far as I know. I mean, I should say, I plead ignorance.
Because I read somewhere this Raghuvamsha Kalidasa doesn't completely agree to Valmiki Ramayana.
Yeah. He has his own. He has shortcutted the Raghuvamsha lineage. Yeah. I mean, it's his own kavya. Thanks to him, at least we have some colorful
correct.
imagination of what was there from his viewpoint of his lifetime. I'm sure he knew better than us. So, yeah, beautiful. Okay, so we will call it a day. I think we have passed the 4 o'clock bound and well beyond that now. So we have plenty left to study, but it's not too much. I think next weekend we can kind of close this off. So we'll continue with the 8th section, Anvaya Krama, next Saturday. Okay. So have a nice balance week, and you please start revising from lesson 1 now. We don't have too many days left now to the exam. There are precisely 21 days left. So 3 weeks left. So you please start your revision process. Don't too much now worry about listening to the audio, video, etc. It will consume too much time. You have all come for every Saturday, Sunday and done that. So just focus on going through the book material. Okay, it will all come back to you. Whatever you have heard and listened in the classroom will come back to you. Thank you very much. Let's meet next Saturday then. Okay. Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
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 ನಮೋ ನಮಃ.